Hello, welcome Dr. Sushma Singh this side. Today Unit 28 Greenpeace movement. We are going to start our lecture with topic Greenpeace movement and assessment. Greenpeace is an organization that has garnered world attention and new members through its rather unorthodox approach and techniques meant to call attention to the degradation of the Earth's ecosystem. In other words, Greenpeace is about the ringing an ecological fire alarm, waking mass consciousness to the true dimensions of our global predicament, pointing out the problems and defining their natures. The activities of the Greenpeace could bring the issues of environment and sustainable development into the forefront. Many developed countries around the world are increasingly integrating environmental protection into the mainstream of economic and political policy. Governments and bureaucracies, industry and professional associated unions and workplaces are moving together to put ecologically sustainable development into practice. Greenpeace do not necessarily have the solutions to these problems and certainly is not equipped to put them into practice. This requires the combined efforts of governments, corporations, public institutions and environmentalists and demands a high degree of cooperation and collaboration. Many developing countries already started research to solve the problems which affect the employment and environment. They began promoting green jobs that may not deteriorate the environment. Now let us understand what is meant by green jobs as well as other ways of generating employment that help the generation of environment. Now let us move to the next point, green jobs. In 1990s, more and more developed countries began to be concerned about the rapid deterioration of environment and the unsustainable development practices adopted world over. Some of them even began policy initiatives to restrain this. Norway, Netherlands, the European Commission and Japan are some of the countries implementing strategic plans which place the environment in the policy mainstream. They advocated the adoption of new development model to make the economic ecological relationship a positive instead of negative one. The key for doing this lies in the creation of a new clean technology base. For example, a West Germany drastic action was taken to reduce power plant emission by 90% over 10-year period in order to save the destruction of their forest from acid rain. Far from acting as impediment to economic growth, this greening of energy industry has provided an extraordinary stimulus. In many of the developed countries, it has been noticed that in spite of the economic growth on the one hand, unemployment does not stop growing. Furthermore, although a series of programs have been established and legal measures taken, there was a deterioration of environment situation. Attempts were made to find ways that may generate more employment along with environment regeneration. It has been found that adopting an economic and political ecologist policy may reduce the job opportunities in certain sectors, but in certain other sectors it may create more opportunities, more than what has been lost. For example, renewable energy with respect to nuclear power, management of the demand for water, repair measures and rational irrigation as opposed to large hydraulic works. The development of the public transport and the railways rather than automobiles, recycling rubbish instead of dumping waste, etc. There are also other measures such as the forestry activities designed to reduce the risk of fires, surveillance of natural and national parks, environmental studies and inspections, waste water treatment, anti-pollution control and measurement in industry, eco audit and environmental management system in companies, etc., which not only have a positive environmental impact but also create an employment. If a job or industry is to be characterized by as sustainable in the long term, then it must have the overall effect of reducing the negative impacts on the environment. According to the Sarah, environmental sector is a term used to collectively describe the companies involved in business designs to limit negative environmental impacts. ILO has identified 9 broad subsectors of environment industries. Now let us move to the next point, environment sector and job opportunities. Macroeconomic studies carried out around the world have concluded that the labor-intensive nature of energy efficiency services and renewable energy would lead to a net increase in jobs where they replaced conventional energy delivery. Energy efficiency and renewable energy sources create jobs across the manufacturing and services sector and across a wide spectrum of occupational skills from professional to trades to unskilled workers. Types of jobs in this category include energy auditing and evaluation of energy requirements, research and development, product and system design, manufacturing, marketing, sale, transport, installation, maintenance, education and training. Other renewable energy options that could generate new jobs include wind, solar, thermal electricity and process heat, biogas, wood, alcohol, solar building and daylighting. Waste management and clean production are another fast growing environment industry. Now let us conclude the unit. The priority issue for Greenpeace is climatic change. They believe that disruption in the ecosystem will likely harm everything from minke whales to coral reefs to the polar bears. Whole forests will be lost and hundreds of thousands of species will become extinct. Climate change will also bring devastation to people and communities, especially some of the world's poorest. They do this by sensitizing the people about the need to maintain climatic stability and influencing the policy decisions of national governments that may leave an impact on the climate. In this unit, we have seen the circumstances that lead to the emergence of Greenpeace movement as well as their main avenue of action. We also came across various instances where activists of Greenpeace movement demonstrated for sustainable development. Green jobs or the job opportunities in those sectors that promote sustainable environmental development and environmental regeneration are also discussed in this unit. Here we want to close this lecture and we have come to the end of the unit. Thanks for so patientful hearing.